Hello, everyone.
What up?
Welcome back to another episode of Insert Subject Here. I'm Makia.
I'm Anthony.
And thank you for coming back and watching another episode with us. Now, today, as you can see, we are in a totally different location. We're in this mid-century modern home located in Pennsylvania. Cannot wait for you to see all the modern amenities in this mid-century home. But before we get into the tour, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the page, turn the notification bell on so you always know when we drop another video, and keep the conversation going in the comment section below because I would love to know what you think of this house. And without further ado, let's get into the tour of this Airbnb here in Pennsylvania. This unique stay, we stayed in Wernersville, Pennsylvania, and we stayed in this kind of modular, rectangular-ish type of house. It was a different type of engineering that they did for this home, and they decided to gut out the inside of it and make it more modern, but still preserve that rustic kind of secluded kind of feel to it. And we really liked that it had its privacy, it had a babbling brook beside it, and the house seemed to sit on like stilts basically, and also rested on this stone wall on the other side of it. On the side beside the babbling brook was a seating area for two, and it had a little table so that you could enjoy some refreshments while you sat outside. There was a deck that seemed to span the entire length of the house, and it had different entry points, so you could come from out in the backyard or from the inside of the house where the sliding door is. And it just really was a very cozy yet kind of rustic but kind of mechanical, I guess you could say, type of home. It had a lot of privacy and windows, so you would think like, okay, it's a lot of windows, so it'll let in a lot of people will be able to see, but you had the shades that you could let down if you didn't want people to see, or you could leave them open so that you could enjoy the nature and surroundings. It was in a neighborhood, but it didn't feel like it was necessarily in a neighborhood. It had a
Tubby time
that could accommodate between like 4 and 6, and it also was so dope that it had lights that were on the outside of it as well as lights inside of the hot tub so that we could have our tubby time, and you can still get that illusion of the privacy because you did not have anyone around you beside this house, so it gave that nice little cozy yet I guess you could say nature filled vibe. So you could also sit and listen to the babbling brook while you were sitting outside in the hot tub. It was also a seating area that was out here, little picnic table, little rocking chairs. And I like how they kind of made the deck contrasting, so it had a little bit of a modern feel to it, but it still blended perfectly with the home. Tall windows. I'm a really big fan of natural light, so the tall windows really captured me for this particular home. But let's go ahead and show you what the inside is like. So when you first enter, there is a little area here, and I like how they use this space to start to build out the feel and the decor in the home. It had a little area that you could store things, like if you wanted to put your purse or your keys, and then the stairs would take you upstairs, which is the complete living area. But this chandelier, I really liked it, kind of retro. And I liked how they had the exposed ceiling. It's kind of semi-exposed, but let in a lot of the different natural textures and woods in the home, and it had an open concept living room, as you can see here. And they used the space by having different pieces to decorate and accent beside the fireplace that had a very nice comfortable couch that we spent some time on, and 2 sitting chairs so that if you had people over, they had a place to sit as well. And I really liked the way the ceiling looked with the recessed lighting built into it. The home had surround sound, so you'll see like the subwoofer and the speakers on the side, and it had the built-in fireplace, and the TV was it a 4K smart TV?
Yes, Samsung's 4K smart TV.
Yeah. Had a little desk area if you needed to do any work or if you wanted to sit over and write some things down. And I really liked how it felt like you were on the West Coast, but on the East coast of the United States, because it never rains in Southern California, but it sure does rain in Maryland. Anyways, had accent pillows and throws, and again, letting in a lot of that natural light so that you could kind of feel it. And we ordered a board in a box from a company called Board in the Box, which had a grazing set, which had different fruits and cheeses and nuts and berries. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without a dining table because, I like to play games. But this home had a table that could accommodate about 6 people so that you could sit. It had 2 benches on each side and then the 2 chairs. So it gave it another kind of feel without that formal living space. And then the little chair and desk in the back. Airbnb, shout out to you guys.
Airbnb the gang.
For sending us this lovely tote. We packed lots of games, and we will be taking this tote everywhere we go. Continuing around, this is the kitchen area, and again, lots of natural light. It was a fully stocked kitchen. You had your cabinets, which were stocked with different spices, plates, cups, utensils, everything you would need. And we did cook in this house, which was our first time cooking in an Airbnb. And it had the oven range, the full oven, everything you need for this home. And it also had the refrigerator, the different utensils that you needed to use.
And we used the dishwasher because they had a dishwasher.
I like this cute little coffee bar that they had over here. And they also provided some snacks for us. We had 2 root beers, we had some pretzels. And then this is the back way looking into the home. I like that rectangular style, which is different because you move around the outskirts of the home. This was the seating area that kind of gave you some information about how the house was built and transformed and different history about the house, which was kind of dope. And it had lots of storage space, and I like these exposed shelves that they had to bring in a lot of that decor pieces, so you really felt like you were in a completely different time and place here. The master bedroom had a king-size bed and also, again, lots of windows to look out onto the back deck. And it pulled in that Nevada-ish feel. I know I said in the intro that it was more like Arizona, but it had more of a Nevada feel with the full-length ceiling to floor closet spaces, lots of closet space, the Aztecish kind of rug, and that retro-looking dresser and everything. And then you had the shades on the window so that you could pull them down if you wanted some privacy, or you could let that natural light in and take in the views from outside to bring that nice little feeling and scenery into the home. Very retro. I really liked it. Completely different than a place that we have stayed before, and we would definitely come back and stay here again. And this bed was super comfortable, and don't take that the wrong way. And little Marta, she left us a nice little note and some Hershey's Kisses. Thank you, Marta. The bathroom I liked, and a lot of places have like bathrooms that I like, but I really liked the space here and how they used it and had the floating sink, the different floor, and look at this shower with the built-in shelf unit. Oh, this was nice. I really liked it. And then the second bedroom, if you have kids or guests, a party of 4 or whatever, it had 2 twin beds into this home. Again, floor to ceiling closet spaces and those nice floor to ceiling windows as well, with the shades that you could pull down to have privacy, or you could leave them open to let in that natural light or let people be voyeurs, whatever. Not in this room though. Not in this room. Don't do it in this room. This is the kids' room. Okay? Not in this room. In the master bedroom. Still had that nice retro vibe with the dressers, let the sun shine in. And then on the outside is the back deck area, which had a seating area for 4. It also had this grill, which was run by propane, and they left us some propane tanks in case we wanted to grill, which I know you're wondering if we did. We did not. We just cooked on the inside of the house and just really chilled and enjoyed the space there. But this just lets you see the back of the house from the top of the deck and how it has a lot of space, and you can really take in the exterior and how they really made this modular home. And if you wanted to come on down to the gravel, here is a seating area down there. Nice little rocking chair. Privacy. Privacy is important when you're on vacation or trying to do a cute little getaway. Privacy is very important. I bet you're wondering, what did this place look like at night? Well, here you go. It had these nice little lights which lit the path so that you would know where you're going. And
this looks like a stalker's view.
It does, but it gave that good Halloween feel since we went in October. No, we did not have any strangers come. Is Tamara there? No, she is not.
And this wasn't a mistake. This is how dark it was outside.
Yeah, we wanted to really show you what it looked like so that you could plan accordingly. Pull those shades down because otherwise your neighbors are going to see. And then we invited our sister and brother up. We went to Zombie World, which was at Shocktober Fest, which was one of the best Halloween haunts we had been to. What was your favorite part?
It was this loading onto the bus when we were going to the first haunt. It was weird. And then this happened as we were walking back to the rest. So this was the scare zone we were walking to get to the rest of the attraction. So run, Forrest, run, Forrest, run.
Listen, clowns are not my thing.
Then she's a creepy. Well, look at her.
Yeah, and I have to applaud them. They stayed in character.
She never left character.
She never broke character.
She was actually doing it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it.
And another thing, we've been to a lot of haunted houses that have had hayrides in different houses, but this was the first one that had a zombie laser tag, which you did play against another team, but periodically zombies popped up as well, which made it really creepy and
they
fun.
Were in character.
Oh, they were.
And they also had a hayride that was okay.
So I hope you loved the theming and the tour of this Arizona-ish looking home here in Pennsylvania. It had so many modern amenities that we enjoyed. And if you'd like to know more about Airbnbs, hit the comments in the conversation below so we can tell you a little bit more. You know our favorite parts, but tell us what yours are. Thanks for coming by and have a great day.